Part 3. Frank led me down to the basement, which I hadn't even known existed until that conversation. Long concrete hallway, rows of storage cages on either side, most of them stuffed with the usual stuff. Old furniture, bikes, boxes. At the very end of the hall was a single unit that looked different from the rest. Older lock, rust around the hinges, no name tag on it like the others had. Frank stood back a little as I put the key in. It turned smoothly, like it had been used recently, despite everything he'd said about it being untouched for 15 years. Inside was mostly what you'd expect. Dust, an old dresser, some framed photos stacked against the wall. But on top of the dresser was a small wooden box, and inside that box were letters tied together with string, along with an old photograph of a young woman standing in front of what I immediately recognized as the entrance to my building. Frank picked up one of the letters and read the name at the top, then went pale. It was the same woman who had died in my apartment. The letters were dated from decades earlier, way before her death, written to someone named M. No last name, just the initial. Reading through a few of them, they were clearly love letters, but there was a thread running through them about someone else in the building who apparently didn't approve of the relationship, referred to only as him downstairs. One letter mentioned being afraid to knock on M's door directly because someone might notice, and instead, she'd developed a signal. 3 slow knocks, so M would know it was safe to answer. I stood there in that storage unit with the exact knock pattern I'd been hearing at my own door for over a week, staring back at me from a decades-old letter. Frank asked if I wanted to keep looking or head back upstairs. I said I needed to see the rest of the letters first. Comment Part 4, if you want to know who M turned out to be.